Hello. According to me, I'm filming this upside down, but it doesn't really matter because I can just flip it in post. It's just a bit weird. Anyways, let me get a bit more comfortable. I have got my French haul for you. Huzzah! So yes, I have got stuff that I bought in Lyon and stuff that I bought in Paris. The stuff that I bought, I spent mostly in Lyon. That was like the majority of things, but then I think, and I bought like beautiful like antique jewelry and stuff from Marilyn's, of course, and a few things from the flea market. And then in Paris, I obviously found cool like designer stuff and other bits and bobs as well. Right, although from this haul I genuinely can't actually remember what was from where and stuff. I know I did but bunch of silver from Marilyn's, but I also bought a bunch of silver, sorry I've got a coffee here as well, from the Baccarat in Paris. Right, I suppose let's kick things off. First of all, I'll just quickly show you the two books that I bought, well, catalogues actually. So this one is a modern one, this is from last year. So this is an auction catalogue, and you might have seen me like flick through this a bit, and you know, like there's that, and then I've got one quite similar in this haul somewhere. It's always nice to see, isn't it? But yeah, these are really cool because I just like looking at the pictures and at what's sold and things like that. It's really nice. And then the other one is a Sotheby's one, which is rather fabulous. So this one, magnificent jewellery from a private collection. So this is mid-90s, and the prices would have changed dramatically. Conditions of sale and everything, and then like, oh my word, like there is some beautiful bits of jewellery. I mean, look at that coral. Oh, turquoise, diamonds, rubies and emeralds. Oh, to own all of this magnificent collection, that'd be all right, wouldn't it? Yeah, so these are for sale as well. There's one not from this collection, but very close. You can buy them on Amazon actually, and I think my brother said that he found one for 30 quid on there, so that was not bad. I picked that one up from the banks of the Seine. It's pretty cool. Right, I've got some cheesy French royalty-free cafe music playing in the background, if you enjoy that. And yeah, let's crack on. Let's crack on with some non-jewellery bits first of all. Hair jewellery, I suppose you could say. So I've got this one, and I've got another one in here somewhere. I've literally just got like a big pile of stuff. Let me just pull out some bits. That's what I was looking for. Anyway, yeah, I've got a few hair bits. This one is actually a Toledo Damascene one. So potentially Spanish Art Deco kind of period, or maybe even a little bit later, maybe 50s, I don't know. It does say inflammable on there, which celluloid is rather flammable. What's the difference between flammable and inflammable? Nothing. They both mean the same. So why? But yeah, so don't set your hair on fire with this. But rather fabulous, isn't it? I really love the detail around there. I do like vintage hair grips, and some of them can definitely get some good money. So always worth investing in if you can get them. Nice enough designs or reasonable prices and things like that. The other one that I got is this one by Auguste Bonaz. So this is actually a designer one. So kind of similar, but you can definitely tell there's a difference in like design periods, can't you? That one's definitely an earlier one. That one's celluloid and this is plastic. But it's definitely got very regal kind of look to it. But this one is signed, I think this was 1980s. It's got the little marker seat detail in there, which is kind of sweet. I might turn them around because those bits are the more interesting bits, aren't they? And then I got another, this is a more recent designer, as in like they're still making stuff now. but I think this is still a vintage item because it's made in France. So this is by Evita Peroni, not the beer, but yeah, ka-ching, little hair grip, signed Evita Peroni across there, and then made in France. So yeah, I don't know why the French do a lot of hair barrettes and stuff that are actually made in France and made in Paris, but yeah, it's still a thing, and I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm just having a little drinky there. And then I've got this. I picked up this in Lyon at the flea market because I subscribe to someone on Instagram that does like vintage makeup, and this is a vintage Pinaud, P-I-N-A-U-D lipstick case. So they would have been and there are still remnants in there of the lipstick, but I would say this is definitely like a 1940s, 1950s, just judging by the face that's on there. It is empty, but very collectible stuff. Some people even like just getting the traces and trying to recreate the colour in there. But yeah, they're very collectible items, vintage jewellery, vintage makeup bits. So the only one that I can find is a much earlier design, and they're selling like in the hundreds. I couldn't find this exact one, so I'm hoping that, I mean, it's quite cool. It looks a bit like a bullet, doesn't it? It's a bit crazy, but I'm sure a collector out there will be very interested in that sweet little find. Now, you know me, I do love a tin, so I couldn't come back without buying a little tin, and this one I've got another little silver one. This one is gorgeous. Now, I don't think that's real turquoise in the top there, because you can see that it's coming through there. So I think it's more likely to be like an injection molded thing. I don't know, it's very strange anyway. But it is sterling silver and absolutely gorgeous. Now, the last one I had that was like this sold for over £80, I think it was. But it had a bit of a fancier, it had like a design, and then it had like a bit of turquoise in it. But that's quite handsome. I do like that. Little snuff boxes, pill boxes. They're just nice little curios, aren't they? I do love a curio. I also bought some cats and lions and things. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, because I had to. So I did buy a big malachite lion, because when you see a big malachite lion, you have to buy a big malachite lion. Them's the rules. So I thought he was, I mean, he's quite crudely carved, but then so would you be, you know? But I like him. I think he's fun. He's got a big mane on him and everything, and he's got a swooshy tail, and he's got a bit of a chonky weight to him. So he had to come home with me because I do like a lion. I also got little cats. I got two little amber cats. I can't see where the other one is right now. I'm sure we'll get to him at some point. Don't worry, he's not lost. But I bought two of these just off the streets in Paris. You know, when they just have like things randomly, like, here is my array of stuff, and you go, oh, you're selling these? Oh, okay, I'll have the little amber cats, please. So little carved amber putty cats. This one is the bigger one of the two. The other one is like a little kitten and is a little bit more cartoony looking, but this one is more actual kind of cat-shaped carved. Cute, isn't he? Cute little marmalade kitty. Little marmalade kitty. I also bought some things that obviously were not made in France, but I'm not gonna, you know, not buy things just because I'm in the wrong country for where they were made. This is by a brand called Cyclone. Now, I've had this stuff before. It's kind of a little bit similar to like Desigual and things like that. So this is made in Spain. That is their little logo there. There you go. I just thought that was quite handsome. It's got a bit of an industrial sort of look to it with these like very chunky kind of, like, what would you say? I want to say spivet. Is that a word? Is spivet a word? It is now. That's what I'm saying that they are. But yeah, I mean, they don't do as well as like Desigual or That's the other one I'm thinking of, like Uno de 50 and stuff like that, which are like the more famous Spanish brands. But still, I mean, if it's a couple of quid, you might as well. I got a little spider. This I think might possibly be Baccarat because it's got rivets there, but it's got a cool little spider. So nice little Art Deco, potentially Baccarat little brooch. And this actually says made in Czechoslovakia. So quite a random one because you'd never really think of Czechoslovakia. Like I suppose Czech glass, like for the stones and the spider. But he's very cool, isn't he? I had to buy something a bit gothic. I got a sweet little bit of Norwegian modernist, which was quite handy. So this I bought from someone that I also bought. I'll show you the other things that I bought from the same person as well. They were another street vendor in Paris, and I did buy quite a few bits from them, and I spent quite a bit of money with them, but it was worth it because, like I said, this is David Anderson, Norway, so it's all fully signed on the back there, and it's the original is from a Viking period, 1000 AD. So it's a copy of an original Viking design. So proper Viking-y. Kind of awesome. And they do fetch like decent money on, well, both on eBay and on Etsy. So quite chuffed with that one. Now this one was a bit of a punt. Let me put that there. Because obviously I couldn't tell whether these stones were going to be glass or whether they're going to be precious stones, but thankfully they do actually test as a stone. So I think these are agate, and then we've got carved wood, and then this rather fantastic carved clasp. Now it has a very much the Gerda Lingard Monies kind of look and vibe to it. I obviously cannot be 100% sure that it is, because money stuff has a tiny little tag that says monies on it, which I've had before, and I also know just how easy it is for them to come off as well. So it's quite possible that that's what's happened, but it is very much in the style of that and using similar kind of materials as well. So I'm hoping to get like decent views and decent money for that one, because it's kind of worth it. It's awesome, all of these agate discs and things. It's very cool. And then from the same guy I also bought, as you might have seen, this beautiful, and I love this resin ring, and it says like love going through it and stuff as well. See, there you go. So it's very cool. It's possibly by Angelique de Paris, but I'm pretty sure she always signs things, or at least the ones that I've seen have always been signed. Or it could be, I mean, it's got these E's on the side. Is it by, I don't want to say L or something, I'm not sure. But I absolutely love it anyway, and they do fetch, again, some decent money. It's just such a statement ring, isn't it? I think it's glorious. Did have one before, which was bought by one of you guys, by Sylvia. She had the orange flame one, which was just stunning. Absolutely stunning. There was a little bit of regret selling that one, but I know that I never wear orange, so I can deal with it. But this one might be a catch and release. I do like it. Would I wear it? I don't know. We shall see. But it's very cool. Love it. Love it. And then I got another kitty cat, a rather modernist cat. He's fabulous. Again, he's in some kind of plastic, or at least it's like plastic coated or something, resin, but it is made in Germany apparently. So we have a possibly like 60s or 70s modernist German cat. And I saw that on a street vendor in Paris. The guy who was selling it wasn't actually there. He'd wandered off somewhere, and so like their friend had to call him for me, and we were like FaceTiming and stuff, which was kind of funny. But yeah, he had to come home with me. He's cool. I mean, not the street vendor, the cat, obviously. I randomly found some British stuff as well, and some really nice British stuff. the good thing about thrifting in a different country is obviously they will probably know, like I do I suppose, a lot more about brands from their country than from another country. So this is why this one probably wasn't spotted. This is Links of London sterling silver. It doesn't have like their proper hallmarks, but I have found this design. There's the Links of London mark on there, and unless it's randomly on another link, like it's really well made, it's all soldered, it tests sterling silver, so I have no reason to believe that it is not. It's just that the one that I have got does actually, oh does it? No, it does have a hallmark on it. However, it is still solid sterling silver with the Links of London logo on it, and I was quite happy to find that one in the, oh there's another mark there, in the flea market in Lyon. Really chuffed to find that nice bit of silver. And then there was also this bit. So this is quite a cool one. This is a sweetheart brooch. So this is gold over sterling silver. Let me get more on screen there, that would help. And this has got full UK hallmarks on it, which is really rather lovely to find. But obviously, like, not everyone in France will know UK hallmarks. Why would they? I don't know French hallmarks, although I have got some French hallmarks bits here because I am learning. But this was actually made in Chester, 1900, by Frederick Sidney Barnes, who died 6 years later in a mental asylum. So that's nice, isn't it? So it's got a little bit of history and a bit of curio about it as well. And found in France. What was it doing there, eh? What was it doing there? Having fun. Being French. Pretending to be French. And now I've got a little bit of Soviet Russia. Yep. Which, I mean, like, we've all seen cufflinks that have been very similar to that, haven't we? Very, like, 1960s, 1970s. This is sterling silver. That's just a paste stone in there. And he was like, oh, j'aime. It's like, okay. But yeah, Russian hallmarks on there. Soviet Russia, 916 silver. I kind of like it. Now, obviously, I cannot list that on Etsy because they have a no listing of Russian stuff policy. You can't list Russian things or Cuban things, I think it is, because it's an American company, and so they're like, oh, we don't like those countries. I'm on the slide again, aren't I? Never mind. So yeah, this won't be going onto my Etsy store unless I misdescribe it, which I don't particularly want to do because I think it's cool that it's Soviet Russian. But there we are. I still love it. Right. Other non-French stuff. Well, I got this cute little scarab ring. Little carved scarab ring, which obviously it'll be like a touristy thing from Egypt or North Africa, I should imagine. But they're kind of cute little curios again. I do like to pick them up if I find them and if they're cheap enough. And then this is what I got for, potentially for one of my for my nephew Tom, if he does actually want it. If not, I'll sell it. But this is from the Formula One World Construction Constructors World Champion. There you go. Marlboro and McLaren in the Honda V12 from 1991. So it's a little collectible pin badge. I'll see if he wants it, and like I said, if not, I shall sell it. Okay, that's quite jolly music, this, isn't it? Random costume jewellery that I bought that just was something to pick up. I bought this one just because I'm like, I don't know that name, so I'll buy it and see if I can find anything about it. And I couldn't find anything. It's signed Ma apostrophe Chimera, and I cannot find anything. But it's nice. It's got little Swarovski style crystals in there, and then like randomly a bit of velvet. It's got a touch of like the Bridgertons about it, and so does your mum. But couldn't find anything, but it's still a nice enough little piece of jewellery. This one's a crazy one. Again, I couldn't find the maker. I did a Google search on it and I can find things that are roughly similar. But I do quite like it. It's quite nicely made. They all look like big chunks of nuggety gold, don't they? With a nice hook on it. So it's not like it's a cheap item, I wouldn't say. It's certainly a statement. But again, I bought it because I like it and I know that there'll be other people out there that will like it, so it's a seller. And I'm not going to leave it behind. If it's there and it's a reasonable price, I'm going to buy it, you know. Okay, things that are French then. I've got a few things by Agatha Paris. Like I bought last time, some Agatha Paris, and it sold really well. This one is a really nice one. Quite a pricey one, this one. But it's a good one because it's like the horse bit, which is a very kind of popular design. It also looks a bit like an anchor as well. It's got an unusual clasp where you pull it and then you go through like that. So it's an unusual one. Move around you. And then it is signed Agatha Paris as well. Now it is a very pricey brand and very well known in France as well, this brand. So I got quite a nice deal on this one with Marilyn because I did buy a few items from her. So it's not silver, it's silver plated, but very well known, famous French brand. I also got this one, a little pendant. The pendants sell quite well as well. I got some cool like shaped glass ones last time. This one's a little bit simpler, so not quite as expensive, but a cute little dropper with a lovely stone that looks a bit like peridot. So that one you could like put on the earrings, or you could just put on a chain around your neck. Quite versatile. Oh, I'll save that one till last. So many actual French things. So many actual French things. Another Agatha Paris. This is the one where I was like, oh, I'm not sure if it actually is, but then I found it online and it looks like it is authentic. It's quite the chunk. It is not silver. It again is silver plated. So Agatha Paris, and this is like their logo where it's all the little doglets. So got a bunch of doggy chains, doggy charms. So if you're a dog fan, bonus as well. And a nice piece of French designer, modern designer. Okay, shall we do some bangles? I got a load of bangles. This one's a modern one. I picked this one up in a charity shop actually. But I know there's a couple of dings on it, but I really like the colour on it and the shape. I just think that there is such like a kind of a futuristic kind of look to it, like with the sheen of the green. It's probably an acrylic, that one. I did originally put like lucite down, but I'm not sure. I'll probably say more acrylic, but I just really like the colour and the shape. And then this one, I got at the flea market, and then I literally saw one the next day being sold. I was like, oh God, are they chasing me around? So we've got a vintage clamper bangle. This I think is thermoset plastic, and which people collect thermoset plastic. This is obviously quite dinged up, so it's not perfect, but I mean, you know, it's got some age to it. It's probably 1950s, and it's very groovy. Helps if I show you, doesn't it? That's quite nice. And it's got still a good clamp to it as well, which is always quite satisfying. I was hoping that this one might have been silver when I picked it up. Sadly it's not. It's silver plated, but it's still rather nice. Nice little twist to it with these like circle buttony kind of details, and it's just a nice standard little stacking bangle, kind of cute. Oh, I've got some fabulous bangles actually. That's fabulous, that's fabulous, that's fabulous, and that's fabulous. I got a kiddies one. I thought it might have been glass when I saw it, but it's not. It's acrylic. It is quite small though, so it's a kiddies one. I think I can just about get it on, but it looks a bit like I have got small. I'm not going to try it because I'll probably end up cracking it. So I think it is a kids one, but I would say definitely vintage. In the 1950s, that probably would have been adult size, you know. which is what I think this might be from. But it's cute, little rainbow colours, but definitely for the more petite person. And then this random modernist mixed metal looking one that looks like they've just dribbled molten metal like over your wrist, which possibly, I mean not over a wrist, but possibly might actually how it's done, like with solder, and then they've just, you know, dribbled it and melted bits together. It's quite the weight to it, quite the chunk, but cool modernist look. Imagine if that was in silver and gold though. Oof, that would be quite something, wouldn't it? Quite something, but we can pretend it's fine. Oh yeah, another little bit of random. Again, I pick them up if they're cheap enough, but just a little simple resin plastic ring. They do look a lot like the Jackie Brazil Sobral ones. This isn't signed, so it is not Jackie Brazil, but it could definitely pass as one. And it goes quite well with the greens over there, so we can put that one there. I got a bit of designer Dominique Deneve, which I'm sure I've had before, but unfortunately this is damaged. They are originally quite expensive, so I might still try and sell it on as a broken item, because it's only really that, like that's obviously been like replaced, like that's the wrong one. But that one is the one with, it's got the logo on it, so I'm not quite sure how that would be done anyway. And then it's got a chip out of that one. But I mean, for a collector, an 80s designer, who knows, it was cheap enough for me to buy these anyway, so I'm not brokenhearted that if they don't ever sell, but definitely it might be worth something to someone out there if they are a collector of that designer and they want you know, another random piece by them. Is that better? Bit better, much better. This looks like a designer item, and again I bought this off the floor off someone's mat because I was like, oh my god, that's got such a Cartier look, and a really, really nice quality as well. And you'll see what I mean by a Cartier look. How awesome is that? I absolutely love that. It's in minty fresh condition as well. Super lovely. It's got little sparkly eyes, but that is definitely like a Cartier, like 80s 90s Cartier designer inspired item. Obviously it isn't Cartier, because that would be in the tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of pounds if it was. But again, we can but dream. And that's why we buy things like this, because it reminds us of the beautiful designer ones that we can't quite afford, but we can definitely have something that looks rather similar like this. Now, I love the Panther design Cartier bracelets. I wish that I could have. Unfortunately, I can't, so I will have it in rolled gold instead. Isn't that really handsome and lush? I picked it up and I was like, oh, are we sure it's not gold? Because it definitely feels like it. I've tested it, and as much as I test it, it doesn't come up as gold. There's definitely a gold content in there though, but I absolutely love that. Like the Panther designed by Cartier is one of my favourites. Absolutely lush. It's so handsome. I've got a lot of cat types, coloured cats and animals again, because I can't resist. Can't resist them. Right, I'm saving that one to the end. And I'm saving that one to the end. And I'm saving these ones till the end. And I'm saving that one to the end. What else can I show you? Let's show you some little bits, shall we? Little bits. Okay. Another little cat. As I've spoken about many times, the French jewellery making process where they use the gold plates is like, it's so good that it just looks like gold. So this is a nice example of that. It's got little CZs in it. That could pass for gold and diamonds. Thankfully, it's not. It's a lot cheaper, but it is there wonderfully heavy gold plating, which has got a little stamp on the back there as well. But the cutest little cartoon cat. Totally adorable. Other little things. Oh, that's a nice curio. I'll show you that one in a second. I have got more of these little charms as well. I've got this one. This one's fun. This one's a really nice quality one as well. It's a little parrot. What's orange and sounds like a parrot? A carrot. But doesn't he look like gold with a diamond in his eye? And again, I keep testing him and he goes out, no, I'm not gold. It's signed. And he looks like gold. And he's lush. That's why I picked them up, because I'm like, bloody hell. And then this one I had to get. Again, it's roll gold. I had to get the happiest duck in the world. Remember in Lyon, I bought the happiest whale? Well, I've now got the happiest duck. He is completely cute and adorable. Wow. Could you be the happiest duck in the world? Oh yeah. And then I got a little bug, a little ladybird. Now I'm not sure if it's meant to be like half enamel, but I don't know. It's cute. It's on a little 4-leaf clover, stamped on the back as well. Very sweet little thing. Bug. I kept saying to Marilyn, like, do you have any, insect bugs? And she's like, what is bug? What is bug? And then I got this, another nice little 4-leaf clover one. And this one is got lovely banded agates. Aren't they handsome little stones in there? Really lovely. Now, of course, there is a difference between 4-leaf clover and a shamrock, so do not get the two confused. Don't want to offend anyone. And then I got one for Taurus. So this one is Taurus the bull. My sister's a Taurus, but she won't wear this. Although it does look a bit like a fat unicorn, doesn't it? It's either a bull or a fat unicorn. Why not? I've got something that might be seen as slightly racist. These, what I am assuming, are 3 little Chinese men. No, it's not racist, is it? It was definitely made in a time when it would not have been considered as being. But how cute. They could be doing a little dance. Because they want to have a disco. Okay, brooches. Let's do some brooches. Yes. I tried not to get so many brooches this time, so I only bought like 17 or something. Oh, that one's a gorgeous one. Right. I just remembered I said I was going to show you the curio and I didn't show you. So I'll show you some brooches and then I'll show you the curio. So this one is a carved horn, French Art Nouveau, beautiful butterfly. How gorgeous is she? That's the back there. It says Déposé or Depose, Déposé. So like made in France. She's glorious. I have an Edwardian brass and paste moon. I do like picking up crescent moons and stars and things like that. Sometimes they come in silver and gold and diamonds, like the star that I bought. Sadly, this isn't, but it is still a lovely brass and paste example of. And the stones in it are still really, really bright. So considering that it's paste and it's probably over 100 years old, I'm quite impressed that they still have a delightful sparkle to them. Always good. I've got a celluloid anchor, because who doesn't need a celluloid anchor in their life? Again, it still looks like it's got their original stones. These are not quite as bright as those ones. That's because they're probably made out of something different. There you go, there's the back there. So celluloid, again, it's flammable. So don't set fire to your anchor. But also kind of made it to look a little bit like tortoiseshell as well. And then someone's painted the little rope details and stuff on there, which is quite nice. And then 2 of my favourite brooches coming up. This is a Pierre Bex one. I can't go to France and not buy a proper Pierre Beck's brooch. These are not copied loads, but they have a design archive that were used by Pastimes in the 80s to make a lot of 80s and 90s to make a lot of brooches. This one has got the trombone clasp, which means it is most likely French, and that is definitely a Pierre Beck's design. This is my favourite brooch coming up though. I had to have him. I think he's glorious. I have Google searched him as well, and he is authentic, an Art Deco design. He is absolutely a stunning, yeah, he is definitely my favourite brooch from this time. I think he's absolutely glorious. His design is superb. You could imagine him sat on the top of the Empire State Building. Like, he is just a stunner. I love him. Love him. Right, I was going to show you the couple of curios. I've got a book. It's a Hamlet pendant. Quite a random one. Found one selling online for £35. Crazy. But it's a miniature. It doesn't open. It's just a charm. It's got an S embossed on the back. I'm presuming for Shakespeare or for Susan. But yeah, it's like a miniature Hamlet. Kind of fun, isn't it? Fun little charm. But then this one is cool. So it's from the 1910s. It's Jeanne d'Arc, or Joan of Arc. There's an Etsy listing of the same for £140. Absolutely crazy. But it is very cute. So it's a little gilt over brass book that opens up. And then there are indeed pages inside, probably from a museum, showing like little pictures. How adorable is that? And then it locks back up again when you don't get the thing in there. Isn't that absolutely glorious? I just love miniatures. So things like a little miniature history book thing is just so cool. There's the other Baccarat. Like I said, this one is a more cartoony version. But isn't she cute? You can go and sit with mummy over there. Cute little amber cats. How could I resist? I couldn't. Always gonna do it. Oh, we've got some dogs as well. Look, I found some dogs. This is by a French company, JXC. I couldn't find out who JXC are though, but they are authentic French. And they are gorgeous little puppy dog cufflinks. What kind of dog would you say they are? I want to say a spaniel because I like spaniels. But rather handsome, aren't they? So they're probably like a gold over brass, or gold plate over brass, or brass plated brass. But they're beautiful. And then there is a signature like somewhere on there, I think it is. Cute dogs. Cute little puppy dogs. Like curios. So again, I've spoken many times about Fix, which is the French gold fill. This is like rolled gold filled. This is a little locket where you can unscrew that. You can take, I won't do it now though, signed Fix on the top there. Take the glass out, you can put photographs or little keepsakes. I've got another one here which has been used as a keepsake, and this one is a sterling silver one. So this one is sterling silver, and this one has been used as a keepsake for someone's bit of hair, which is lovely. But if the gap in between them is wide enough, as I've had before, you could put little gemstones in them and use them as a shaker. And I've recently sold one that I bought from, where did I get that? From Paris. And I sold it recently for over £100, I think it was. But it was slightly bigger than this one. But it's got really nice crisscross details on there. So lovely little thing to keep some memories or keep some hair in if that's your bag. If you don't want the see-through ones though, I've got a nice solid one. Again, this one is a French gold filled one, signed ML. I can't remember if I managed to find out who that was. But this one's a rather lovely one. So there you go. There's the signature on there. And then that's the inside. It's got lovely kind of embossing, a little bit of green leather. I would say possibly 1950s or 60s for that one. But beautiful scroll work and flowers on the front there as well. So keep things nice and safe. Or if you want a mourning one, M-O-U-R-ning one. So this one is a French jet and brass one. And then that's probably a bit of roll gold on the front there as well. So this one, French jet, which is a kind of glass. It has got some nibbles around there, but I just thought it was kind of a cool locket because it's quite deep. So it's a good little stash one, you know, for putting a spare bit of string in, if that's what you need to wear. But kind of cool and unusual. I do like a little locket. They're nice. Right, should we do some rings and things? Let's do some rings. Oh, that's a good curio. Right, bunches of rings. I've got a few rings. This one's got rubies in it. Unfortunately, it's not silver, but those are real rubies in there, and it is quite handsome. That is quite the statement cocktail ring, and it's got a heck of a sparkle to it. That looks really, like, to me, that looks a bit Mughal, like a bit Indian design, like royal Indian design. I think it's quite nice, and it stands quite high as well. It's fabulous. And then this one also has rubies in it. This is a gold-plated one, and those are genuine rubies in there as well. So it's gold over base metal, this one, and it is signed again there. It looks like gold to me. I was like, why isn't that gold? Like, seriously? How is that not gold? But no, apparently not. Apparently not, but those are rubies in there. That is gorgeous, isn't it? That's well nice. Well nice. And I got some silver rings, obviously. Always good to buy some silver rings. This one, I can't even remember buying this one. I remember thinking that it was quite dark when I bought it, and so probably is silver, and I'm sure I can see a 925 mark in there. It's just a little cigar band kind of ring. But I mean, I'm always gonna pick up a silver ring if they're cheap enough and usable enough. This one's a stunning one. I absolutely love this one. Where did I buy this one from? I cannot remember. But this has got nice hallmarks in there as well. But I don't think I looked up where they're from. I don't think they're French hallmarks. But this has got such lovely design around the band there. And then they're like these little bear paws that are hugging your finger. Now, I don't know if you watch Thelma Thrifts. She loves wearing like MIDI bands like that, and I think that is the perfect kind of MIDI band. And it looks like your finger is getting hugged by a bear. So it's like a Native American Zuni kind of design, that one. I love that. Genuinely love that one. And it's, for the size, it's quite the chunk as well, you know. Like, you can feel the silver weight in that one. This is a cute little one. It's got a sapphire in it. This is 835 silver. So I wonder if that's German, possibly. But that is a genuine sapphire in there as well. Lovely little simple Art Deco style design, but in a good size as well. Great little stack of that one. Super pretty. And then this one is, it's broke, but it cost me €1. And what am I going to do? It's another Agatha Paris. It does just need a couple of stones in there. Tiny little crystals. But I might just sell it as is, because again, it is Agatha Paris in sterling silver. So that should probably be, if it was perfect, it should probably be around the £50 mark. Which is crazy, isn't it? But, you know, because it's not perfect, it's obviously going to be a lot cheaper, but that's okay. Any more rings? I think that might be it for ring. Oh, no. What am I on about? There's a couple more. I got a snaky one. I got, right, this one is heavy gold plated, signed CN. I don't know what that means. It might just mean China, you know, and this might be from China. I've got no idea, but it is signed in there. But it's a heavy gold plate one, and I do like a snaky snake. So if anybody does know what CN means, like I said, it could just mean China, and I have no idea. Are they importing? Are they making? It's quite possible. Or it could be the, you know, designer, or who knows, who knows. Little gold plated Nefertiti head. Just because she's fun. And why not? Right, where do we go next? Oh, I'm saving that ring for later, but I can show you this ring. This one is signed GG925. I haven't found out who DG is, but how beautiful is that? I think this is enamel, like enamel poured into there. So say like how resin was poured into that ring. That's an enamel in there, I'm pretty sure. Look how wide that band is. It is a chunk of silver. That is so cool. That would make an interesting midi band. A cool thumb ring if you have a thumb small enough. Mine doesn't get over my knuckle, but I really like that one. I thought that was right unusual, and I'm saving the other ring for later because that is a marvelous ring. Right, other random little bits then. This is something that I just couldn't leave. This was from the Lyon car boot sale type thing. So it cost me like €1. They don't go for loads. This isn't a proper agate one. This is glass. But again, people like them. They have these kind of Chinese look to them. It's cute enough, but I probably shouldn't have. Well, I mean, like I said, if I'm there and it's there, I'm going to buy it. But I wouldn't normally have picked that up. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Oh, another bit of like kind of Native American style is this one. And I managed to find this one online as well. Yes. It's not signed, but it is sterling silver. It's got little bits of turquoise on there. And then there's tiny little bear. Isn't he cute? So a pretty little dream catcher. In 925 silver, all tested and everything, and then I think it's stamped on there as well. But I just love that it's got a little bear on it. He's adorable. Adorable bear. Cute. I have got some Disney. I will show you the Disney. Let's get that one out of the way. Now this is 1930s, made in France. I cannot find anything similar in a sterling silver. So I think this is probably quite rare. So yeah, this is Bambi in silver. It is signed, there you go, Walt Disney, by A. Hazard. I think it's signed, and yeah, it's all sterling silver. Made in France. It has got the trombone clasp there. But yeah, Bambi in silver. There's got to be a collector out there that will want that one, I am sure. I think I bought that, yeah, and the agate. And that ring, yeah, all at the same time, and the Norwegian one. So that's how come I ended up spending quite a bit on them, but I'm fine with that. Cool curio. This is from the late 1800s. And I did a Google image search on this one. It comes up with an old website for people that collect compasses. But it really couldn't tell me anything more other than it's late 1800s. So it still works as well, which is rather fab. It's got some original dust on it from the 1800s, bit of dust. This has definitely come from an estate sale. And the back of it has a cool anchor design on it as well. It is stamped on there, GF. Now, I don't know if that would be the initials of like the maker. It's certainly not GF for gold filled, because obviously this isn't gold filled. But it's rather fab. I do love a compass. I think this is the third time I've come back from France with a compass, because I just think they're such like unusual bits, and they're nice gifts for people, you know, if they're going traveling or, you know, sailing or whatever. They're just kind of fun. Some are a bit modern. I think, I'm sure I've still seen these for sale somewhere, but it is a cool dragon. Obviously you've got like House of the Dragon or whatever it is, the Game of Thrones shenanigans. It is sterling silver. So people like cosplaying with like dragony type outfits and stuff. So that's why I bought this one, because I knew that it was a seller, not necessarily French, but still cool. I'll put them next to the dogs and the panther. There you go. Make sure you get on, lads. Okay. Oof, and now we're getting down to the, yeah, the brass tacks of it all. Another bracelet that I wouldn't normally pick up, but actually it was quite a decent find, because this one is stainless steel, and then those panels in there are 18 karat gold. So not bad. I know, right? So it is signed on the back there by Pierre Roux, and it is steel and 750, and 750 is 18 karat gold. So a nice kind of gentleman unisex bracelet, but yeah, happy days. Bit of steel and gold, what a combination. Got some things that look like fobs that, well, this one isn't silver, but I don't know why it is so heavy. I don't know why it is so heavy, but it's not testing as silver, even though it genuinely does look like it, and it's got a weight to it. It looks like it should open, but it doesn't. And then it also looks like something should go through there and come out there. So I wonder if it was ever used for something else. But it's really handsome, isn't it? It's just a shame that I just want it to open and have like a treasure map in it or something. Oh well. And then this one has got beautiful French hallmarks, and it is proper Art Nouveau. Glorious little bit of silver. This one is really nice, quite thick as well, and then it's got the French hallmarks on there. Did she say it's the crab? No, it's not this one that's got the crabs on it. Quite possibly. That's a beautiful little one. Look at that. That's really handsome. Obviously that would have been like on a watch or something, but that is just a pendant like around your neck. Beautiful. This little one tricked me. I thought it might have been a carved amber. It is 925 silver, but that unfortunately is not amber. It's a resin. It's almost like too perfect looking, isn't it, really? But she's still gorgeous. This cute little cherub looking up to the sky, daydreaming, but not amber. How rude. How rude. Oof. This one I just really liked. It's got definite like 80s designer kind of Chanel look to it. It's gold plated with glass, but it's superbly well made. It definitely has a designer look to it, don't you think? And it's a heavy gold plate as well. Like, this isn't cheap. And beautiful glass stone that isn't glued in. It's proper like prong set in there. Makes me think that this was off some fantastic designer necklace. Oh, don't give me an advert in the middle of this. That's just rude. It's giving me a Boots advert on my playlist. Okay, well, thank you very much. Just thanks for spoiling the music. Rude. But yeah, I think it's definitely got a superb... are they thinking more Dior maybe? I reckon this was off a fantastic necklace where the rest of it was signed, if you see what I mean. Because that is so cool. You could definitely easily thread, like, oh, a nice flat chain would look good through that. Don't you think? It's definitely off something fabulous. We'll get to chains in a sec. More of them. A couple more brooches, why not? This one that says Ophir, which to me is a gin. It is a celluloid, so this is an Art Deco celluloid brooch with all fancy stones in there as well. Again, it must be a made in France one. most likely, with the trombone clasp. A nice little bar brooch, that one. Quite simple, but very pretty. And then this one is either French or German, because when I did a Google image search in it, it comes up with German Biedermeier, which I don't really know what that means, but this is gold filled with enamel. Pretty little thing, very dainty, certainly Art Nouveau, but whether it's French or German, it is undecided. I'd like to think, why not? Let's go German, just so that I've got some more countries covered in here. She's very dainty, very pretty. Lovely pendant, but I don't know what this green stone is, whether it's just like a glass mush of stuff. It certainly tests as more than just glass though. It was testing as like an onyx, but green onyx does not have sparkles in it. That is mother of pearl in the middle there as well. So I really don't know. I don't even know how to date this, whether it's modern, but it is sterling silver and just fabulous. So I don't know if you guys have got any clues on this one. Please do let me know. I'd love to know your thoughts of what you think that stone might be. Right, bangles and bracelets, some more of them. This is by GDG. This is a Swiss brand. Now, I bought a charm that was also signed GDG last time. It was a heavy gold filled, and that sold just a little charm. That sold for 30 something pounds, I think it was. So it's some kind of very fancy Swiss brand, whoever they are. So this is a heavy gold filled, gorgeous bangle. It's got a nice ooft to it. There is like all of the, that says placolamine, so like very heavy gold plated. But look at the beautiful detail, the Art Nouveau scrolls, like on the outside of it. That's an absolute stunner, isn't it? We've got roses on there, we've got the scrolls. Really, really pretty. But yeah, that's Swiss. So we've got another country ticked off our list there, which is quite cool. Not that we've got a list, but you know what I mean. And then this one's quite a simple one, but it's really nice. Again, it's in rolled gold. And there was a signature somewhere, I think a stamp somewhere. Yeah, there you go, there's a stamp there. But it's a nice little belt design, you know, where you can like make it bigger or smaller. It's a very simple design. It's almost like in a rose gold as well, isn't it? Cute. Always happy to find ones like that. And then this is probably the best of the rolled gold ones. So this is by Andreas Daub. Again, it says the placolamine. An identical one has sold online. Oh, I'm on low power mode, hold on. Identical one is sold online for £150. Crazy, huh? Sorry, £180. Now this is beautiful. Andreas Daub is a very collectible name, so that's why it commands a higher price. I've never had a bangle by with that name before, but what an absolute stunner. Would definitely pass for gold. Beautiful. It looks like I might be running out of battery soon, so I hope that I can squeeze all of this in. Right, some gold chains then. So like I showed you in that book at the beginning, I have got very similar, but this is gold plated and not 18 karat gold, and that's how come that this isn't extremely expensive, like in the thousands. That's why it's under £100. But there you go, there's your marks on there. Beautiful French knot. How glorious. And they're so bright in gold colour as well. Like this one barely looks like it's worn. That is so nice. And yet that one would be virtually antique, I should imagine. This one, we just got a nice plain belcher, which is pretty cool. But it's a chunky one. So a very heavy gold plated one again. It's got a nice clasp on it. Really good weight to that one. Always a nice like wardrobe staple, as they say. And then this one I picked up in the flea markets, and very happy to find that this little Prince of Wales one, Prince of Wales chain, is in fact by Crements, which is also a decent name to find as well. I think it might be an American one, I'm not sure, but yeah, lovely simple chain that. Happy to find. Just drape you there. Right, let's get on to silver. Silver bracelets. I managed to get some silver bracelets. Oh, before I show you the silver bracelets, I'll show you the silver. This has no clasp, but it was worth getting because it is sterling silver. It is antique. So just like how that one in gold plate, this one is actually in sterling silver, but it doesn't have a clasp. So that is something that I have got to fix with the right clasp. Okay, silver bracelets. Now, we said about hallmarks. So Marilyn was very keen and happy to tell me that this one has le crabe. Le crabe. She kept saying the crabe at me. So it's very good, crabe. So 2 crabs, early 1900s, this one. Beautiful shapes to it. I know what you're thinking, and just no, okay? We don't go there. We don't go there with the shapes. I think that's beautiful, but we don't go there with what shapes they are. Similar to, they're a little whirlpool kind of thing. But French hallmarks, it's lovely. She had a similar ring there as well. It's some kind of, well, we know that it's a religious design, don't we? This one I will always pick up Gucci link stuff. It's nice 20 grams of Gucci link. This, of course, you can't say Gucci link. Senorita clasp, and then you've got these like really fat like links to them, chunky links. These are always popular, will always sell. I'm probably underpricing it with the price that I've got in mind for it. I could probably get quite a bit more, but I might even keep it, you know, because I do really like it. It is such a cool design, and yeah, Gucci used that link quite a lot. This one I picked up very similar last time, and I'm not even sure if I've listed it yet, but I managed to get another one. This is Victorian. There is one on Etsy, very similar for, yeah, £185, crazy. But I think it's because you've got this Etruscan little dangle to it, and then the beautiful detailing on the links. So every other link has got all of this like etching and embossing on it, just absolutely stunning. That's a proper lovely vintage Victorian chain. And then the little ball dangle is completely adorable. Ball. Another French link chain. This one is sterling silver and gold. Look at these cute little kind of scalloped flowers in there as well, in gold. Super pretty, very delicate, but nice for layering up as well. Isn't she lush? Yes, she is. And then this one is a stonker of a bracelet. So again, this one has the crab hallmarks. This one's quite a heavier one, but she was like, you must keep this one. And I'm like, it's not quite my style, but I do love it. She is beautiful, isn't she? So look, you've got like these beautifully curved panels. So it sits right nicely on the wrist. And these gorgeous little trios of roses. That's the underside. You've got the French hallmarks there. Got a nice, that, and then you've got the safety chain as well. So she is absolutely beautiful. Early 1900s on this one. Gorgeous. And quite weighty as well. Really, really nice. But not my favourite bracelet. Not my favourite bracelet. Okay. We've got another chain. This one is probably one of my favourite gold-filled chains that I picked up. So I've got another French gold-filled one by Oria, O-R-I-A, from the 1910s. This one, yeah, is quite possibly my favourite because you've got the two-tone in there as well. And I really love this like kite shape within the triangles, and then the beautiful French knots again. Absolute stunner. It's such a nice collar necklace. Like, you don't need anything else with that if you're wearing that. Like, no clothes, nothing. Just go as is. Right. Ooh, now we're getting down to the final bits, guys. Hopefully my battery is gonna survive. This is the heaviest necklace I bought in ages. This is 70 grams of sterling silver, and I had to buy it because they are tulip shaped links, and I cannot find anything else like it online. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is so heavy as well. This is a chonka-monka silver. Absolutely beautiful. I think those flower links are insane. It's a lovely collar length. It's got a nice mixture of it being almost masculine and industrial, like from a distance, and then you look close up and they're tulips. It's just brilliant. I was so chuffed to find that one. I think I bought a few things off the same person. I think I bought that, and maybe that off the same person, quite possibly. I've got two snacks. Marilyn found me some snakes. So this one again is a fixed one. On Etsy, someone is selling the same one for just over £200. How beautiful is this snack? So it's also, this one is also a pendant. So this is going to be from, like the 1910s, 1920s, a bit of Victorian, Etruscan revival, or Art Deco, Egyptian revival. That's more like it, Art Deco, Egyptian revival. In the French gold filled with a little paste stone in its head. Wonderful. So she didn't just find me one, she found me two. And I don't know which one's my favourite. I think it might be this one, because this one is slightly more coiled. This one, the pendenty thing isn't quite... You can still use it as a pendant, but it's not quite as attached. And this one is also signed fixed, but yeah, this one is slightly more coiled. I love him. I love him. That one's more like a cross, and then that one's more like a knot. Right, we're getting down to the last four things, guys. The last four things. We're hoping the battery stays thing. Right, this one's quite a pricey one. You're like, why have you got that price on it, Lex? It's just a silver ring with a ball in it. I know, right? However, this ball, and this is why I got this. This is my thought process. I see number one, it's in sterling silver. It's definitely vintage because it's got like very kind of either 70s or 90s designs on there, right? Stamp 925, that's fine. So it's not super, super old. But why is that ball suspended on there and not drilled and not glued or something? Why have they gone through the trouble of doing that? Well, it's because it's what's known as pools of light. So this is crystal. This is quartz crystal. Beautiful, clear, no imperfections at all. So there's no striations. If it was glass, you would see bubbles in there, and there's absolutely nothing. This is a perfect crystal ball in there. Now, if you look up pools of light rings, pools of light necklaces, they can go in the hundreds to the thousands. So when I saw that in the French version of a cash generator, I kid you not, I was like, yoink, yes please. So it's great, what a little bit of knowledge. And then a Presidium gem tester that's over there, yeah, can get you. So well chuffed to find that one. This is my favourite bracelet because it is so Art Deco. It's Art Deco to buggery. It is beautiful. It is sterling silver, marcassite, light blue, paste. Unfortunately not topaz. If only they were topaz. If only this was blooming gold and, you know, topaz. But how beautifully Art Deco is she. Is that a marcassite missing? That is a marcassite missing, I've just noticed. And one there, but that's okay. I will spend the £10 and get him fixed. I say him, definitely more of a him, because he's absolutely worth it. I think genuinely stunning. I would probably even consider keeping it, at least for a little while. I can get him fixed and keep him, but I think he's absolutely gorgeous. That is an Art Deco bracelet for sure. Oof, love. And then you probably know what my final 2 bits are. I'm gonna go like that, and so I can take like a screenshot of there before I bring in the final 2 bits. So you might have already seen on my Instagram or wherever that I managed to find 2 of my favorite French things. Number 1 is this Baccarat design. I have only found Baccarat twice in the wild, and I sold one and kept one. So I have got is it a red heart by Baccarat, which I wear on a silver chain now. I took it off the cord. It's a lot smaller, and I paid a lot for mine. Listings online for this one are between 180 and 250 pounds. She did have a ring as well, but the ring had a chip in it, and I was absolutely gutted. I maybe should have gone back and gone like, would you take 20 for the ring? But then it might have been a hard sell. But absolutely glorious. Signed there as well, signed Baccarat. This is a 1990s one. I can't remember the name of the designer, but they're very collectible, especially because it's got the box. The box is a bit tatty, but still got its box. And then the last thing is Lalique. It had to be done. When I saw this, I'm like, yeah, thank you. Like, you're coming home with me. So original in box, 1990s, with the paperwork. Well, bit of card telling you all about it. So there you go, that's about Lalique. Marie-Claude Lalique recaptures the dual tradition with his new pendant, soft rounded scrolls of transparent crystal. Beautiful. Oh. So yeah, this one should be around £350. So that is why I had to pick it up. There's no room for you, there's no room. Right, and we shall leave it there, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If there's been something here that you fancy for yourself, please do let me know. My email address is under here. And until next time, au revoir, au revoir.